Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Joe Chaffee, and I'm sure by now you would have seen that blizzard warnings are up. And let's go through what's been going on because we have been getting clues from the NAM model. I was been posting about this. It is now, we're up to, I think, 6 runs in a row with this northward shift. And during the night, we had the European come in bullish with snow amounts and with liquid precipitation amounts. And now we have the mid-runs coming in bullish and catching up to the NAM's view. Although I would really not focus on the extreme here. It's the trend that it's important in terms of the forecast. This is the new GFS model run that just came out about 2 hours ago. And you can see what we've been talking about, the fact that one of the keys to all this is where this surface low winds up getting tucked in near the coast, because that allows the northern fringe of precip to push further north. And the bands of the heavy snow remain very tight. So this model is now moved further north, holds on to that primary low just a little bit longer, and you take it out northeastward from there, as opposed to taking it out straight east. That was the difference between the run prior to this one, is the idea that the surface low was going to somehow translate eastward. Not that that's impossible to happen, but it seemed a little unrealistic, and noticing that the other models were in this sort of idea. And the European kind of has this too. I'm going to switch to the NAM model. Let me get to it. Some of you have wondered when I sleep. I usually sleep well, but I'm just kind of wound up with all this. So I'm on my second cup of coffee. So let's look at the NAM. And you can see the NAM. Now, this is the NAM's radar presentation view, and it tends to be overdone. A lot of this in the lighter green doesn't reach the ground, but you can see how it bands out the yellow here. You know, that would be heavy snow. And that band gets pretty far to the north. So it gets much further north than what the GFS has, to almost just south of Boston, to about Kingston, and even toward Scranton on this particular, on this run, and on the last run. So I think those of you that live in areas north of New York City, northwest New Jersey, just going to have to keep an eye on this, because the model is continuing this sort of northward shift. Let's I'll go to this view is a little better, because it kind of filters out some of that stuff, and show you here on this view of the NAM. And again, look where the surface low winds up getting tucked in the mouth of Chesapeake Bay. Also, the NAM would have it snowing here, and I don't know how much of this is aloft. Judging from the radar echoes, I don't think much of that is aloft, but the air is drier here. So let's see what happens when it gets up here. But this is 4 o'clock this afternoon, showing radar echoes across most of New Jersey. I don't think it'll be that far north. I'm inclined to think that much of that is not going to be reaching the ground, if it really is there. But certainly when you get to after midnight, you have snow falling probably to about New York City. You have moderate to heavy snow probably south of Route 78, going back into Pennsylvania and extending down into Maryland and Virginia. And you can see the surface low is inland in North Carolina, moves almost straight north into Chesapeake Bay, and then starts to translate out into the ocean while we continue. And it just rotates as it redevelops to the northeast. And here we are at Saturday afternoon. Heavy snows all over the place. Actually brings in some mixing issues, and this is indicative. If this actually happens, it probably means that the heavy snow bands will indeed shift further north. So I'm downplaying mixing issues through all of this. This is over eastern Long Island, and in terms of total snow amounts, mixing I don't think is going to make a difference anyway, because they'll just catch it up on the backside. And this is Saturday evening and moving out. It's really the positionings of the surface lows and how this all interacts with the upper low near the coast before it ultimately winds up getting out of the way and moving out. So this is what we're seeing in terms of the model runs that just came out in the last couple of hours. Again, I would not really focus too much on the specific snow map numbers. I think the numbers I put out are reasonable. I think most of you know that if there's a blizzard warning out and you forecasting, say, 12 inches and it winds up being more than that, you're not going to be unforgiving. Okay, and now here's the European snow map, and this is a decided change from the day run yesterday, which had, in fact, I could probably go to that. They'll go to the day run from yesterday just to show you the difference. And this is the one from yesterday in the afternoon, which had 6 to 9 inches, the 6 to 9 inch snow line over Long Island, barely back to New York City, in across central New Jersey. And then you can see how tight the gradations are in both directions, with much lesser amounts, just a handful of miles north of New York City, and much greater amounts to the south with the 1 foot plus snows. And we'll go now to the current European, and all of Long Island now is in the 12 to 18 on the European, and that 12 to 18 line looks like it runs right along Route 80 in New Jersey into the Bronx. Maybe it is just very, very tight. But also, again, you see how tight the gradations are going north. 6 to 9 now looks like it's up along or just south of Route 84, and then we go down to 3 to 6, and then 1 to 3 in the blue, and then less than an inch in the grays. So very, very tight here, but maybe a shift north might be overstating it. The model has shifted a little northwestward with the precipitation shield and has expanded it. So I think that's probably a better way to look at it. And most of the liquid precipitation amounts across Long Island and all of this are in the inch to an inch and a half liquid range. So that I kind of want to focus, I keep my attention more on that than saying things have shifted. It's a combination of the low placement and an expansion of the precipitation shield as it is allowed to move further north. Okay, so that's it for now. Keep in touch on the website all day long. The app is being updated too. If you're not on the app, you can click on the Google Play buttons or the Apple store and download my app and carry me with you wherever you go. And of course, the website, meteorologistjoechaffee.com or longislandweather.com, or I'm sorry, weatherlongisland.com. I'm not awake. Weatherlongisland.com and nycweathernow.com. All the places where you can find me. And I will be on FiOS 1 News beginning at 5 o'clock tonight, and I will also be there during Saturday and Saturday night while the storm is underway. And when I'm not on, you have meteorologist Brian Fitzgerald, and you also have meteorologist Jeff Banson there, Jamie Booth, and Michael Friedman, who will be there on midday. So be sure to catch me there, and please be safe through all of this.